return to Earth.
Put away your Game Boys and turn off that Tupac.
I'll be right back!
It's time to head to the multiplex.
We rely solely on the skill of our drivers for our safety.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies from 1996.
Count.
For this list, we've rounded up the best films from all genres that came out in the year 1996. We're basing our choices on a mix of their popularity, quality, and influence.
Have you resolved the situation?
Not yet.
As well as their critical and audience reception.
Don't ever say I wasn't there for you.
Number 10, Independence Day.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
We open our list with the year's biggest box office success, and an epic in every sense of the word.
But I do know here today that the Black Knights will emerge victorious once again.
Amen, man.
Roland Emmerich is now known as the big disaster movie director, but with this popcorn flick, he gave the world their first taste of gigantic special effects that stand up even against today's standards. The White House explosion sequence remains iconic and was recognized by critics and the Academy Awards alike, helping the film to win Best Visual Effects. A simple story of people fighting an alien invasion becomes a story of perseverance and humanity's will to survive, with Will Smith proving to the world that he is Hollywood royalty.
Ah! That's right! That's right!
This high-caliber cast and their surprising performances make this piece of eye candy a cut above the rest.
Holy God.
Number 9, Romeo and Juliet.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. But thou love me, let them find me here.
A major trend in 90s cinema, apart from asteroids and dangerous virtual reality, was modern updates of Shakespeare's works.
Be satisfied. Be satisfied.
In 1996 alone, we had the brilliant 4-hour-long Hamlet, starring and directed by Kenneth Branagh.
This likes me well. These foils have all a length.
Hi, my good lord.
As well as this marvelous interpretation of Romeo and Juliet.
Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous? Keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour?
In addition to showcasing the talents of Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes, who speak the lines from the original text, the film gives everyone their fix of Baz Luhrmann's inventive imagination.
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
And what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
His immediately recognizable style of bright neon flair works surprisingly well with the Bard's most famous love story, and remains a psychedelic sensory experience.
The drugs are quick.
Number 8, Mission Impossible.
We are going to recover that disc. You understand me? Now go.
Before remakes and updates of TV shows became so tiresome and common, Brian De Palma brought us his version of this popular 60s espionage drama.
And you really think we can do this?
We're going to do it.
With the star power of Tom Cruise and Jon Voight, there was no doubt that this action thriller would become a box office success.
Kittredge. I see you've been out visiting the folks.
The public, who expected a cheesy 60s throwback spy fest, was instead treated to a shocking, surprising, and beyond thrilling experience as they watched what has become one of the most quintessential action films of all time. Cementing Tom Cruise as an action star, the now iconic pressure room scene and train climax will go down in history as some of the best 90s cinema had to offer. Number 7, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. In 1996, Walt Disney Pictures was riding the huge wave of their cinematic renaissance, boasting huge successes like Aladdin and The Lion King. Though it was already a difficult task to follow such massive blockbusters, it was perhaps even harder to create a kid-friendly animated version of Victor Hugo's dark Gothic tale of obsession and destructive love.
Well, it's not just me. There's the gargoyles and
Of course, the bells. Would you like to see them?
Disney, however, struck gold once more and gave the world one of the most beautiful and thrilling epics of the year. The directors of Beauty and the Beast returned to the world of animation, and with an all-star cast gave audiences a heartwarming tour of Paris, with memorable songs joining the other classics in the Disney canon.
Everything is upsy-daisy! Everyone is acting crazy.
Number 6. The Birdcage.
Perhaps one more schnecken for the road, do you mind? When the schnecken beckons.
It should come as no surprise that the funniest movie of 1996 was a Robin Williams farce.
Yes. Well, you know the old saying, where there's sand.
The subject matter, however, shocked the world, as the story revolves around Williams playing a gay drag club owner.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the incomparable Starina.
The film is an American take on the revolutionary French comedy La Cage aux Folles, which was in turn an adaptation of the Jean Poiret play.
I think I need a doctor.
Oh, don't be silly. It isn't even swollen.
And its American adaptation balances being uproarious without opting for offensive stereotypes, creating a comedy of errors in which a gay couple tries to play it straight for their son's stuck-up future in-laws.
What we really need is a woman. We can get away with Albert as an uncle if we had a woman as a mother. Ironic, isn't it, when you need a woman?
The premise is comedy gold, and the performances by Williams, his on-screen husband played by Nathan Lane, and the rest of the cast are nothing short of riotous.
I'm leaving you, my stereo.
No,
My red boots.
I don't want.
And my wigs.
Wish we.
My best wigs.
Number 5. The Rock.
It was classified.
The 90s action movie scene had a surprising star in Nicolas Cage.
I'll take pleasure in gutting you, boy.
And, following the success of Bad Boys, the world now knew what to expect from a Michael Bay action-packed extravaganza. But they didn't know that Oscar winner Nicolas Cage would be so at home shooting up bad guys with the likes of Sean Connery.
Rocket!
What seemed like a convoluted and ridiculous plot about ex-Marine terrorists taking over the defunct Alcatraz prison also manages to meditate on military politics and the United States treatment of their soldiers and veterans.
We know why you're out here. God knows I agree with you. But like you, I swore to defend this country.
While Alcatraz is known as impossible to break out of, the heroes have to break in to save the day. And watching them try to do it is definitely worth the price of admission.
Are the hostages alive? Every one of them.
Number 4. Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Tom Cruise makes his second appearance on our list, this time in the romantic comedy that earned him his second Oscar nomination and his second Golden Globe win.
Cause hey, I'm back.
Based on the life of legendary sports agent Lee Steinberg, the ever-quotable Jerry Maguire was a huge hit that put director Cameron Crowe on the map.
I'm not gonna do what you all think I'm gonna do, which is just flip out!
Audiences fall in love time and time again with Jerry, a successful sports agent who falls from grace, only to rebuild his career on his own terms, and who gradually falls in love with the only woman who believed in him.
But maybe love shouldn't be such hard work.
He definitely had us at hello.
You had me at hello.
Number 3. Scream.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
By the mid-90s, Wes Craven may have been known as a legend in horror circles, but he was not much of a household name. That is, until he teamed up with a young, yet unknown Kevin Williamson for Scream. Little did they know that they were about to turn an entire genre on its head.
There's a formula to it. A very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
A first-rate cast, and a dementedly ingenious plot about a horror movie-obsessed killer stalking and offing teens spawned one of the biggest surprise hits of the decade.
Now you gotta die. Those are the rules.
Not only did the self-referential thriller pay homage to all its predecessors, it also revitalized the genre for years to come.
And what movie is this from? I spit on your garage.
Number 2. Trainspotting.
Can I borrow this?
This movie has it all. Junkies, a killer soundtrack, dead babies. Trainspotting really is everything a 90s Gen Xer could ever want in their heroin-induced fantasies.
You can't stand here all day dreaming about heroin and Ziggy Pop.
is Iggy Pop.
The film, despite taking place in the 80s, is perfectly and nihilistically 90s. So much so that it created a new wave of British cinema and epitomized what the grunge and punk kids were aiming for: jaded nothingness.
What no one told me was that when we bought the Skag, some lucky punter would have to try it out.
This hilariously simple but gritty tale of impoverished Edinburgh heroin addicts has gone down in history as one of the finest British films of all time.
You're staying here where we can keep an eye on you.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, I really do, but I just need one more score lately.
And what else can be said except choose life?
Choose your future. Choose life.
Before we reveal our #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Excuse me, darling, I'm sorry. Wow. I want you to remember this face here, okay? This is the guy behind the guy behind the guy.
You're wearing the thimble.
Of course. You idiot. I always wear it. I've always worn it. I've always loved you.
Where is Aaron? Aaron's crying off in some corner somewhere. You scared him off. You gotta deal with me now, boy.
You're not paying attention if you're messing around with the gun. Now quit. Anthony, just keep the gun on the table. I can't focus unless the gun is on the table.
I love you, brother. But please don't ever, ever, ever doubt my sincerity.
Yeah! You're gonna die, clown!
#1, Fargo.
I want you to tell me what these fellas look like.
Well, the little guy, he was kind of funny looking.
In what way?
I don't know, just funny looking.
If this film's dozens of Oscar, BAFTA, and SAG Award wins and nods don't convince you that this was the best film of the year, then just look at the cult status Fargo has gained 20 years after its release.
And I guess that was your accomplice in the wood chipper.
This genre-bending crime masterpiece really put the Coen brothers on the map, and remains one of their best and a fan favorite.
Yeah, I see.
One that's rivaled by their next effort, The Big Lebowski.
I'm the dude.
With a kidnapping gone wrong, a bag full of money, bumbling, double-crossing crooks, and a small-town police force unprepared for all the crazy stuff they're about to see, this comedy knows when to get silly.
You see something down there, Chief?
No, I just think I'm gonna barf.
And when to get dark. Do you agree with our list?
The price is wrong, bitch.
What was your favorite movie of 1996?
The f*** are you carrying a gun for? What, in case somebody steps to you, Snoop Dogg?
For more entertaining top 10s published every day,
They're my sheets.
be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.